Hello, Trey McClurkin here, checking out this great OSP Road Tour flight case specifically designed for the Allen Heath GL2400-24 channel audio mixer. It's a great design. It's got a lot of pro features. I want to tell you a little bit about this thing. First of all, you'll notice these very rugged, heavy-duty, reinforced ball corners on all of the edges. It's also got this aluminum edge trim that just adds to the stability of the edges. It also forms a nice tongue and groove, as you can see here on the seam, that seals up very tightly and nicely to keep any dirt and grime and dust out of the case while in transport. It's also got these very heavy-duty, spring-loaded, reinforced handles. It's got this comfortable rubber gripper pad there on it. It also has two sets of handles on this end and also two on the opposite side, so it makes it very easy to lift the lid off. It's at this recessed butterfly twist lock latch. Now the thing on this one that I like is you just twist it and it just pops open. It's actually got a little spring in there that once it reaches past that little ledge, it just pops open. So it's very easy to operate with just one hand. It's a great design. It's a heavy duty gauge latch, and then the lid just simply lifts off from here and reveals this very sturdy and heavy-duty foam rubber. It's very dense. It's going to hold up for a long time. It's going to also protect your equipment that's inside here, the mixer, and so it's just very well made to absorb the vibrations of the road. It's also got this little edge here. It's about a half-inch lip, so that the actual Allen Heath 24 channel GL2400 24 channel mixer that this is designed for can just kind of sit down in there and fit into that little groove to hold it firmly in place. It also keeps it away from the edges, so it's also easy to put the lid cover on and also protect it from the sides. This case is actually made out of 3/8 inch marine grade plywood, so it's a little bit thicker than some use, which just adds to the durability and the structure and the construction of the case to protect your gear. Also has these not foam rubber, but just heavy duty rubber feet on the bottom. That's going to keep it from sliding around when in use. That's a great design feature on this OSP case. Some of the measurements we want to get on the inside here. It looks like it's 23 1/4 inches wide. Looks like 32 1/4. I'm looking at that wrong. 32 1/4 inches wide on the inside width, and then on the depth here, we'll get the front to back depth. Looks like to be right at 22 1/4 on there. So 32 and that's 22 1/4, and that was 32. What did I say there? 32 1/4 wide. So, even though this case was designed for the Allen Heath 2400-32, there may be some other mixers out there that you might have that you could actually do some customization to this case and make it work for your application. But this is just a very pro quality flight case from OSP for the Allen Heath GL2400-32 mixer. And I also wanted to mention the height, the outside dimensions of this case. Looks like right around 10 1/2. Looks like maybe 10 3/4 to account for the height of that ball corner there. As well on the width, if we're accounting for these ball corners, which it's probably a good idea to do, we've got basically 35 1/2 inches wide. And the front to back depth, let's see what that goes to, is 25 1/2 inches front to back. So the outside dimensions there, 35 1/2 by 25 1/2 by, it was about 10 3/4 sitting on the rubber feet. So anyway, wanted to have those outside dimensions there for you for this case.